What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this is another episode of the series where I rate your squads. So right now we are in our second episode of this series in July, and we are getting close to the end of this. I probably will just do one last one of these in August to kind of end the almost like end of year. But yeah, so right now we are going to be looking at squads that you guys sent in, and we are going to be rating them. So if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We upload more MyTEAM content than anywhere else. And also, lads, we are if you guys want me to rate your squad, tweet me on Twitter, #RateMyTEAM, and give me a follow at DBGYT_. So this squad right here, this squad has got rate my team. I'm a pick and roll heavy player and do play okay defense. Can't seem to go 12-0. Trust me, going 12-0 is not an easy thing to do. There is a vast majority of people that play this game. I would say probably 75 to 80% of people that play this game will never go 12-0 once, which is kind of crazy. But that's the thing. It's very, very difficult to do. Okay, so first of all, your backup point guard John Wall needs to be changed. John Wall is not very good. Second of all, Brandon Roy is not very good either. Paul Pierce, play him at the 2. Don't even attempt to play Paul Pierce at the 3 because he can't shoot from the corners. Mikhail's fine. Gasol's fine. Siakam's very good. Jackson's fine. Wes, your starting 5 is fine. Your bench 5, I get rid of John Wall, and to be honest, you can either tactically downgrade to like if you like John Wall and want a very similar player, you can just like tactically downgrade to a Kobe White or I can't even remember what his name was. The guy from the Utah Jazz, the pink diamond point guard that dunks on everybody. I honestly can't even remember what his name is. But if you want a John Wall type player, you can use them. Otherwise, honestly, I'll get way more success from a Dwayne Wade diamond. And then Brandon Roy at the 2. If you like Steven Jackson, just get Deshaun Stevenson, who's just like another Steven Jackson type player. So he works well, except obviously he's best to play at the 2. I'd probably move Paul Pierce down to the 2, and at the 3 I would go and get, you've got 100k, you'll get a little bit from Settle Wall, replace him with Wade. I go and get like a Jimmy Butler or something. This team is a 6.7 out of 10, to be honest. Okay, big fan, been watching since 2017. Run the Miami 13 playbook and run 20 on delay as a plan B. Run pick and pop, pick and roll. Wrong team. With AK, I play mainly, AK's your ball handler. Play mainly man defense, sometimes 2-3 zone. Willing to sell anyone. The only card that won't leave is Kobe. Okay, that's fine. I definitely, with that little amount of MT, I wouldn't suggest to get rid of Kobe. So, okay, so you've got basically no MT to work with. Let's be real, there's no player that you can just straight up buy that fits into the squads as good for 17k MT. Okay, so big fan of Jimmy. Big fan, like Curry's very good. Curry's very good. Wade's very good. If you can get away with small point cards, they are very good cards. Larry's spectacular. Your power forward center of your bench are fine. One player I would sell is Bill. I'm not a fan of that Bill Russell card. But, again, if you do like him and you want to use him as a cone or you want to use him to play defense, that's fine. It's hard to suggest anything really here because you're not really getting... If you could replace Bill with Siakam, I'm not sure exactly what price Bill is because I know Siakam's gone up a little bit. If you can afford to upgrade Bill Russell to Siakam, that would be a big upgrade. But this team's like an 8.3, 8.4 out of 10 right here. It's a little bit small. That's kind of the only problem. Not a lot of hype, but other than that, like offensively, it's fantastic. And again, the Bill Russell, the Siakam, if you can afford that upgrade, is the only one I think you can make because again, you don't have much MT to work with, and your team is pretty good for what it is. Then we have got this team right here. The playbook you have is 2013. Heat play, you run as punch 5 flare up. Okay, have a backup. Please have a backup because any half decent player, you might get that play once to come off a game. Any half decent player will see you running that play and will clamp it every single time. Obviously, first time you're running the game, it might work, but after that, it's not gonna end well. Okay, first thing, sell Carmelo Anthony. He is not very good. I'm telling you that right now. Okay, this team is a tear it down type job. As in, it's not a terrible team, but you can make so much better for so much cheaper. If you like Bol, just type in the Players Club code. His Amethyst will play the exact same. Melo is way more expensive than he's worth. J.R. Smith, if you really like the card, keep him. If not, I get rid of him. I still think he's way more expensive than he's worth as well. Like, Pierce is probably better than Carmelo Anthony. Literally, Al Harrington, sorry, is better than Carmelo Anthony. Jimmy Butler is very, very good. Keep Jimmy. Keep AK. Keep Iguodala. Obviously, keep Steph. If you've got Steph, that means you've got... Oh my god, sell... Okay. This team right here is pretty decent. This is what you do. Sell Carmelo Anthony, put in Steve Smith. Sell Blake Griffin, put in... Oh, I keep forgetting what his name is. Detlef Schrempf. Keep Iguodala. Sell Darius Miles. Just sell him because you're going to get a fair chunk of MT for him. Put in Siakam, because you will be able to afford him selling Melo thing. Get rid of Bol. If you like Bol, put in the Amethyst one, because they'll play the exact same. Probably, you can keep Bosch, that's fine, but I honestly think that putting in Pink Diamond Wiseman kind of makes this better. And then J.R. Smith, if you like him, keep him. I prefer someone like a Hito, but I'm not going to argue that. But yeah, this team, there's a lot of bad value players. Guys like Darius Miles, guys like Blake Griffin, guys like Bol are just really, really bad value players. Okay, any suggestions on how to improve this team? Videos are great. Cheers from Italy. Okay, I like this team. I do like this team. There is just one big change I would make. And it's, you see this bronze right here? Because you're going with a 12-man rotation, put in a Dwayne Wade. You will be able to get him for your 4K MT. The reason is that sometimes you will struggle with a non-shooter on the floor. And if at any stage you are struggling, you put in a shooter straight away for him. Not just change the lineup, but I like Giannis, I like Reddish, Bird's great, Kirilenko's great, Gasol's great, and I like this team. There's no player that I don't like in the squad. I'm saying it right now. There is no player in this entire squad that I don't like. Steve Smith's very good. I really like Walton. This is the best team I've seen so far. Even the team with the guy with like Larry Bird, AK, he had Hakeem as well. He had Kobe, Steph Curry. I'd take this team over it. This is like as much as it doesn't look like it's as good on paper, I really, really like the team. This is like an 8.6 out of 10. This is a team that a good player has a great chance of going 12-0 with. This is a good team right here. Then this team right here. Okay, use the Heat 13 playbook. Willing to sell players. Kyle Korver and Jeremy Lin are your favorite players. Okay, that's fine. If you want to use those guys and they're your favorite players, trust me, go out, go and use them. Like, they're not going to be the greatest players in game, but neither of them are absolutely terrible cards, so that's fine. Okay, one thing is that your power forward position is small. Like, Paul George does not rebound well enough or play. He's a 50 block rating. He definitely isn't great at the power forward position. If anything, I play him at small forward and move MPJ to power forward. Also, LaFonso Ellis is small. Like, he can get away with it on the wing because he's got that Pro 2. He's got a good handle, and I really like his release. However, he is not tall at all. So, if you're going to put Lonzo as your third point guard, just sell him. Trust me, he's not worth the value. He's not worth the MT if you're going to make him a third point guard. I like Taco. I like Shochi. I honestly like Bol. The free Bol card from Players Club is as good as Kareem, if not better. Then I'd sell Buddy. I know Buddy goes for nothing, but I'd sell him. I think there's a lot of better players you can get the Buddy healed. Heck, I even think if you do happen to have what's his name, Robert Covington, putting in like Reddish at the 2 and then Covington at the 3 off the bench would make this team significantly better. I like Simmons. Again, I'm not the biggest Lin fan. This is a 7.5 out of 10 team. Again, seeing Buddy healed on the floor as well as Paul George to 4, normally I just think to myself, okay, I'm probably going to win this game. It's not that your players are bad. The team is just structured in kind of a weird way, and it's just some not great value cards. I understand Taco, but again, if you're playing with the 4, I do not understand Paul George. But again, it's not a terrible team. It's not a terrible team at all. Then we got this lineup right here. Can I rate the team? Run 13E playbook and Hawks freelance. Also like to peak shoot and a 400k with about 150k in the auctioners. Okay, so about 550k. Okay. If you've got 550k, I'm trying to think, is there any real players within that MT? I'm not a fan of Lucas, but again, if you can go 12-0 consistently, just use him. He's fine. Glenn's great. Giannis and Edwards are great at your point guards. Center position's great. I would say try out the Pink Diamond Wiseman. Obviously, you can afford the Opal Wiseman, who's way better, but trust me, I think I have a weird feeling some sort of pack or something is going to come out very, very soon that basically crashes the market completely, as in makes these like 500-600k cards, heck, these even 1 million coin cards all go down to like 200-300k. Like, it happens every single year, so I wouldn't blow all that MT right now, but I like this team. I would maybe put in Pickline Wiseman for Eddie Curry. That's really it. Your 2-guard position. Some people don't like Glenn. I'm a huge fan of Glenn. Smith is great. Larry's great. Not a fan of Lucas, but he's fine. Like, he is fine. Kevin McHale, Danny Manning, 2 great power forwards. Eddie Curry and Marc Gasol. Just overall good cards. This is like an 8.3, 8.2 out of 10 team. Pretty good. Actually, no, maybe it's a bit higher. This is 8.5. Okay, this squad right here. I have 100k and I'm looking to pick up either Gasol or McHale from the Larry Bird challenge. I'll probably play Bobo the 4 as he's a little weak sometimes. I'd honestly, I'd sell. If you're looking to pick up one of McHale or Gasol, I'd choose one of them and I'd just sell Bobo. Like, I think Detlef Schrempf is better than Bobo the 4. Mel Daniels is definitely better than Bobo the 4. I personally think, heck, Danny Manning might be your best power forward right now. I personally think that, say, Michael Redd is better than Rip Hamilton, but I'm not gonna say that's like he's objectively better. If you sell Bobo, I don't know again what price he's going for. It's probably a buyout, but if you sell that card and replace him with either Gasol or McHale or heck even Pink Diamond Wiseman, and then I'm trying to think is who you can get the 2-guard position that's almost as good as Jimmy and better than Rip Hamilton. Is there any like 6'9" 2-guards that can play that role? Not really. There's a lot of good Coatons in this game. You could honestly do this. You can move Steve Smith or Jimmy Butler, one of them to your 2-guard off the bench. Play like Rocco or Reddish, or even Reddish. Reddish is better than Rip Hamilton. I'm gonna say that right now. But I can't justify giving this team more than an 8 out of 10. Good, not spectacular. Okay. Big fan from Dial, love your content. Please help me out. I have 220k, don't know who to get. Thank you. Okay. 220k here. This is tough. Okay, so Giannis and Hito, 2 of the best point guards in the game. You got Jimmy and Iggy, 2 of the best cones in the game. You got Kawhi and Covington, both insane. AK Siakam, insane. It's all okay. I'm telling you this right now. This squad, this is the best team we've seen so far. This is an 8.7 out of 10. I'm telling you this right now. See the way you say you have 220k? You can't. I do not personally think you can improve this team for 220k significantly. You might be able to make slight improvements. Like, there's no even ways to tactically downgrade this team. Like, there's no even ways that you could downgrade a player and get almost the same thing but a huge amount of MT. This team has everything. This team has absolutely everything. You got 2 elite big men. If you like Gasol and McHale, you got 2 elites. You got 2 of the best power forwards in the game. Arguably the 2 best power forwards in the game. You have got Kawhi and Rocco, who are incredible. Obviously, there's a better Kawhi, but he's way more expensive. You got Jimmy and Iggy, who are insane, and Giannis and Hito. And this team's very, very good. This team is very, very good. You can't improve with 220k. I'm going to say that right now. Okay, so nobody spent run Hawks 2018 or Spurs playbook. We'll run Deep Hash occasionally. Okay. This team's really, really good as well. So Hito and Edwards, 2 elite offensive point guards. You got T-Mac, a top 3 or 4 2-guard in the game. You've got Jimmy Butler, a top 5 2-guard or top 5 or 6 2-guard in the game maybe. You got Siakam and Rocco, both insane. You got AK and McHale, really good, and Embiid and Gasol. This team is very similar to the last team. I'm saying this right now, you cannot make an improvement within your price range. You can't. Like, there are certain improvements you may be able to make to this team. Like, there's improvements you're going to be able to make, but most of the improvements to this squad will cost like 500k plus MT. Whereas for this price, I don't think there's any real improvements to make. A really good team and a very, very similar level to this team. I honestly think it's just preference which one you prefer. So I'm going to give it the same rating of an 8.7. Okay, then this team right here. Been playing for a month, sniped enough to make this team. Have about 350k to make improvements. Okay. Okay, this is a team. The only way I can describe working with this team is tear it down. Tear it down. I think you can get a whole lot more MT than Ben Wallace is worth for him. You can get a whole lot more MT than Russell's worth. Heck, if you want to run these two guys, at least put them on the floor together to get that duo. KP's okay. Taco with no Evo, doesn't have range. Dame Lillard is literally a worse and more expensive Baron Davis. He's literally Baron Davis but worse at everything, and he's more expensive. Rick Barry is terrible. JR is good. This Larry is not good value but not a good card. But sorry, not good value but is a good card. Wiseman's by far your best center. This Devin Booker card is awful, and I'm not a big fan of Caruso. So cards I would keep are, honestly, keep Wade. Wade's exceptional. Keep Wiseman, and maybe Russell, Porzingis, JR. Other than that, I would sell the rest of these guys. If you sell the rest of these guys, suddenly you're looking at about 600-700k to work with, and you can get a lot of fantastic. You can get a fantastic team for that price. That's when you're starting to look at the Siakams of the world. You're looking at the Embiids of the world. You can make so much better of a team than this for this price. It's not absolutely terrible. There is 100% worse teams out there. However, for the price, this team, in terms of value-wise, it has to be one of the worst value teams I've ever seen. Not a terrible team, but there are so many better value options for the same that you can get to make a much better team while also saving MT. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's robbing.